back with another 30-minute runner-specific Pilates workout. As always, you need yourself, your mat, and if you've got any injuries or anything that doesn't feel right, please hit pause, skip, adjust the workout as necessary. It's totally fine. I would rather you always go for the easier option, or easier, nothing's easy in Pilates, but I would rather you go for the option that feels most comfortable for you and have the best form doing it rather than push yourself to the most advanced option. So now that we've got that out of the way, we are going to jump straight in. So our usual warm up here, I want you to take your feet hip width apart. We're going to work on our Pilates breath, so engaging that core. Inhaling through the nose, expanding the rib cage, and then exhaling through the mouth, keeping those shoulders down, nice soft knees, and we're literally just going to start with some nice big shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders right up towards the ears, and then back the other way, keeping that core nice and tight, and then we're going to take these shoulder rolls into arm circles, nice and wide, get all the clicks out the way, the crunching, maybe that's just me. Keeping the stomach muscles engaged nice and tight. One more in this direction and then back the other direction. Really make them nice and wide. Last one here. And back down, bring the arms up towards the side, keep those shoulders down, keep the hips facing forward. It's just the upper body rotating to one side, exhale on the twist, and then inhale back through the center, and exhale over to the other side, back through the center, one more each side. And then inhale, and exhale, back through the center, arms down. We're going to go into our Pilates squats, so keep the feet where they are. We're going to send the weight through our heels, arms above our head, sit the bum back, and then squeeze at the top. Good. Really keep those shoulders down, lengthen through the spine, ignore the clicks, I'm sorry, every time. Good. We've just got two more. Last two. And last one, and back up. We're going to get into our reverse lunges with a twist over to one side. So set that foot back, hands into prayer, and just twist over that right side, back through the center, back over again. Exhale. Two more. Quads feeling nice and warmed up already. And step it back, over to the left. Take that left knee down towards the floor, get your balance, and then exhale, twist. Back through the center, core nice and tight. Good, last two. Without falling, she says. Last one. Back through the center. And coming up. We're just going to warm up our calves by doing some calf raises here, trying not to fall, but just really warm up through the feet, getting the core, getting the calves warmed up, lifting up and down. Good. Really stretching out the arches of our feet and our toes, lifting up nice and tall. Keep that core engaged, feel like something's lifting you from your head. Good, we've got four more here. Keep everything nice and tight. Last two. Breathe. And last one. Give yourself a shake. And then we are coming down onto the mat. And we're going to come straight onto our sides here. So we are on our forearm. We want it underneath our shoulders. We're really lifting up out that shoulder. And we're keeping our feet in line with our bum, and our hips are nice and stacked. So imagine you've got a pole running right through. We're not letting them roll backwards or roll too far forwards. Now we're just going to take our clams. So take that knee up towards the ceiling. Like I said, we want to really working on getting some mobility through the hip, but we don't want to rotate that hip round. We are keeping them stacked, and we're keeping our stomach muscles nice and engaged. Deep breaths. And back in. Good. We're going to go for three more, and then we're going to add the feet lift just to really get into our glutes. So last one, perfect, and then just raise the feet off, and then still it's just that top leg doing the work, rotating up, breathe. Last two. Last one, you're gonna hold it open and then pulse that knee. Really gets you this one. Deep breaths, core tight. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. Coming down so our head is in our hands, and this time you want to bring the knees up into a 90-degree angle, and that front shin is in line with your mat or your towel or whatever you're using today. And we're just going to lift and bring that leg back down. Really squeeze the stomach muscles, even though we're laid down and we look like we're just kind of like chilling here. Everything is still nice and engaged. Good. After a few reps, you really start to feel it. Keep breathing, keep the core tight. I'm sure you're sick of me saying keep breathing, but I feel like we easily forget in Pilates and hold our breath, especially when our core is under tension. So yeah, sorry if you're sick of me. Good, this is our last one. We're gonna hold it up, and then I want you to extend, kick that leg in line with the body, and then back in. So we extend and back. Good. Breathe. Good. Last two here. Extend, and then we add a pulse. Just up and down. Really feel that. Deep breaths. Core nice and tight. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax that leg. Coming back up onto our forearm, and we can just shuffle the legs back into the position they were for our clams. And we're just going to extend that top leg over. It's going to rock forward in line with this front bent knee, and then back in line with our hip. Good. Just to really finish off this side. Keep breathing. It burns. We've got 2 more. And last one. And control that back down. If you want to take yourself back down, you can just stretch that leg over and extend that underneath leg, and just feel a nice stretch through here. Take an inhale. And then bring yourself back up. We're just going to spin ourselves straight round over to the other side. So we're back in our clam position. So feet in line with the bum, knees bent in front of us, on our forearm, lifting up out that shoulder, hips are stacked on top. And we just take that knee out to the side. Good. Keep the core nice and tight. Deep breaths. Not letting that hip rotate around and not slouching into the shoulder. I want to keep everything nice and lifted and strong. Breathe. Good. We've got 4 more here before we add the lift. Great activation pre-run. Definitely one I would recommend. Last one. And relax, raising the feet. Take the knee out and back in. Good. Don't let this shoulder drop. Breathe. And up, and then we pulse. The worst bit, in my opinion. Good, core tight, lifting up out the shoulder. Breathe into it. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. Coming down with our head in our hands, legs into that 90-degree angle. and then we lift the leg up and down. Just adjust myself slightly. There we go. So we're going up and control back down. Core tight. Good. Think about lifting up underneath these obliques. Feeling the burn on this side now to match the right side, which is still screaming at me. Good. We've got 4 more here. Last 2. Nice and controlled. We're going to hold it up and then extend there. Really squeeze that glute. Bring it back and extend. Good. Two more here. Kicking that leg away, and then we pulse. Keep breathing. Nearly there. Last 5. 3, 1, and relax. Just stretch that leg over if you need to. Give it a little massage if that helps. And then coming back up into that position, feet in line with the hips, feet in line with the bum, hips are stacked, and we extend that leg, drive it forward and back. Good. Just hovering above the knee, lifting up out the shoulder, core tight. Good. We've got 3 more here. 2. And last one. And relax back down. Coming straight onto our backs, I want you to hug the knees to the chest. We're going to take them right over to one side just so we can have a proper stretch of our glutes there, looking over our right arm. Feel that nice stretch. Exhale. And then inhale back through the center and over to the other side. Enjoying that glute stretch. Looking over the shoulder. And then back into the center. Bringing those legs up into tabletop. Scooping the stomach muscles to the spine. Hands are by our side. We're just going to put one toe back down towards the mat and back up. So we're really working into these lower abdominals. Squeeze it up. Good. Breathe. Good. Make sure that back stays flat on the mat. We've got 1 more each side. And then lift the head, neck and shoulders. We're going to do the exact same. So toe tap down and back up. Keeping that back flat on the mat. If it gets too much for your neck, you can put the hands behind the head. Breathe. Now we're going to add an extension of the leg. Bring it back in. Toe down and up. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head. So we extend the leg, back in, toe tap, and up. Good. Keep the elbows right out to the sides if they're behind your head. Keep squeezing that spine into the mat. Breathing. We've got 1 more each side. And last one. And relax back down. Hug those knees right into the chest and just gently rock from side to side. Bring the legs back up into that tabletop position. Lifting up, hands by the side, and we pulse. Inhale and exhale, driving those head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Deep breaths. Good work. You've always got the option to extend the legs if you want to make it more challenging. 9 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Back down, hug the knees to the chest and rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine. And then pop the feet back down and knees up towards the ceiling. We're going to go straight into our glute bridges. So we're rolling up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Weight at the top, we're going to do a half pulse and then roll back down. Good. Nice and slowly hitting each vertebra onto the mat, one at a time, and slowly peeling up the same way. Exhale as we lift, pulse, and slowly back down. Good. And again. Really get those hips nice and high, squeezing the glutes as tight as we can. Pulse, driving it up. And rolling back down. Last one, we're going to stay at the top. And we're going to go straight into 10 pulses. So squeeze and lift. 6. Keep breathing, we've got 3 more. And staying at the top, we're going to drive those knees towards each other and then take them a little bit further than hip width apart. Good. And in. And wider. Really keep squeezing the glutes to protect the spine. And breathe. We've got 2 more here. Last one. Back to neutral. And then slowly rolling back down the spine, one vertebra at a time, before we hug the knees to the chest. And just rock from side to side. Massage the lower spine. And then pop the feet back on the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Bringing those hands behind the head. We're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders. And we're going to extend the right leg. It's going to come up and down, just in line with this knee, so not too high, but really lengthen, keeping that back flat on the mat and those elbows right out to the side. Good. Breathe. Last 2. And control it back down and back up. Same leg is going to come up into that tabletop position as we drive the left elbow towards that knee. So we exhale and rotate, and then back down. Exhale as we come up and down. Good. Really drive the elbow to the knee. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. And last one. Exhale. Back down. Straight over to the other side. We're coming up. Extend that left leg. It's coming up towards that knee. And back down. Good. Keep the core nice and tight. Keep those elbows right out to the side. Lengthening that leg away from the body. Really making sure that spine is not lifted off the mat. We've got 2 more. And then return it back in. It's coming up into that tabletop as we drive the right elbow towards that left knee. So the same leg. We come up, rotate, and back through the centre. Good. Exhale to come up. And inhale to come down. Good work. We have 3 more left here. Last 2. And last one. Now we need to hold it up, extend that right leg, and then we switch, driving the elbow to the knee. Exhale. On the rotation, abs are burning. Keep breathing. Last 2. Last 1. And relax. Hugging those knees to the chest and just rock from side to side. Take the legs back up into that tabletop position. Lift the head, neck and shoulders, and we pulse. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We've got 30 seconds left here. Deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 20 seconds. Keep breathing. As always, you can extend the legs. Last 15. Breathe. Last 10. Almost there. Last 5. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock from side to side. And then extend the arms and legs. Really get a nice stretch on the abdominals here. And then bring those arms back down to the side. Starting with the head, we're going to peel off the mat 1 vertebra at a time. So we exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting up. Oh, that felt hard after that little ab sequence, until we're sitting up really nice and tall. And then pop the feet on the floor, knees up to the ceiling, and just hug behind the thighs. I had to really think about that then. We're going to go into our C curve. We're going to scoop the stomach muscles to the spine. So we roll and exhale to come up nice and tall. Good. Rounding that spine, lifting up nice and tall. Good. We've got 3 more here. Last 2. Finishing it nice and tall in between each one. Last one. Hold it here. Hover the arms just above the knees. Deep breaths. And then just pulse. Really getting the abs today. Breathe. Last 5 seconds. And sitting up really nice and tall in between each one. And then we're going to turn on to our front, onto our forearms, knees are bent beneath us, and we're going to go with our left leg first. So we're just going to kick that leg up and draw it back down to the floor, straight up behind us, not letting that hip rotate. Breathe. Good, really lengthen that leg. Hold it at the top, and then we pulse. Last 3, 2, 1, and return that leg back in, straight over to the other side. Kick that leg up and control down. So it's the right leg, extend behind and back in. Keep that core really engaged. Lengthen that leg. Good. We've got 1 more here, and then we pulse. Deep breaths, core tight. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and return that leg back in. Take the knees as wide as the mat, and then just send the bum back to the heels. Walking those hands forward so we really lengthen through the spine. And then come up onto all fours. So as I always say you want to keep those hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips and a nice flat spine. So we're going to go into our Superman. So we're extending opposite arms and legs away from the body. Lengthen, control, keep that hip down, and then control back in. Good work. Other side. Exhale as we lengthen. Inhale, back in. Good. Keep that core really engaged. And extend. Control back in. On this next one, we're going to drive the elbow to the knee, round the spine, extend, and control back in. Over to the other side. Extend, drive, scoot the stomach muscles, lengthen, and back. One more each side. And last one. And control it back in. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, hold it there. This is our last exercise. Nice bent leg plank. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, and gently drop those knees down, soften feet, take the knees as wide as the mat, and then just send the bum back to the heels. Walking those hands forward. A big inhale and exhale. Take the hands over to that left side, really stretch through the spine. Looking under that armpit. And then back through the centre, over to the other side. And then back through the centre. Walk those hands in, coming back up onto all fours. We're going to press it back into a downward dog. I want you to pedal the feet out here. Once again, take a big inhale and exhale. Really lengthen through that spine and the calves. And then start to walk the hands back in towards the feet. Just hang here for a second. Take a big inhale and exhale before we slowly roll back up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up, and then give yourself a big shake and well done. That was another challenging class. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on another workout soon.